Good morning. What up, Deej? What up, Deej?
What's going on?
Not much. Just waiting for Greg. There you go. There he is.
Would you call for the wrong one the first time?
What's that?
Would you call for the wrong one the first time?
No,
Oh,
not at all.
when I tried to answer the first time, it didn't answer.
Oh, nope. Okay, guys, we all set?
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on.
Recording started.
And here's Jeff.
All right, Jeff, we're
Going for the world record, and that is not good. Oh my God, that's not good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live edition of Top Rope Report here on TikTok Live and YouTube. I'm your host, the illustrious Mr. Trivia. Joining me every week, as usual, my co-host, my tag team partner, my best friend, the best in the business, the Nugster Greg, and Mr. 24/7. Guys, how we doing?
all right. How about you?
Okay. Well, I know this isn't wrestling related, but this morning we're going to start off with a 10-bell salute this morning. One of, in my opinion, one of the greatest heavyweight champions in the history of boxing passed away over the weekend at the age of 76 years old. So right now I would like to do a 10-bell salute for former world heavyweight champion George Foreman. Thank you, George. You were one of the best, man. I loved watching you box.
And I never really thought of him as just a world heavyweight champion. He was just a great man, great boxer. George Foreman, I mean, second year of his boxing career, he had the George Foreman breath, which, I mean, paved the way for paninis and everything.
Yep.
All those different things. So, yeah, George, he was definitely a entertainer.
Yes, he was.
Perfect in the world of world wrestling entertainment.
Yep.
Never been
So, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody that's popping in so far here on TikTok. Guys, don't forget, tap that screen if you like what you hear. And we can get going with the SmackDown recap now.
All right. Sorry, I'm just tapping some likes here. Hold on, before we get there, just tapping on a few likes as my normal. Hold on, got 25 more. There we go. I'd like to start us off with 69 likes. Let's see where we can go from there.
There we go.
Sorry, Jess. All right, hold on. Let me get back to this page here. All right. So this week's Friday Night SmackDown came from the Unipol Arena in Bologna, Italy. And in true Top Rope Report fashion, as in anything and everything SmackDown, we're led off by Mr. 24/7. And guess what? We had an in-ring promo start off Friday Night SmackDown as Randy Orton came down to the ring. Like I said, Mr. 24/7, you are up first.
Yeah, I don't think DJ minds doing these promos because it's Randy Orton.
That's how I was going to start. I mean, when it was Randy that came out, he had his gear on, so I'm like, okay, promo or match, whatever. I'm happy here. So Randy comes out, fans are going crazy as usual, singing his song, doing the whole thing. And right before he goes to talk, KO, his music hits, and KO comes out and basically just starts by saying how he regrets that he gave Randy that pile driver, and Cody and Sammy deserved everything they got, but Randy didn't. And basically he said he was wrong. He's like, you picked Cody over me, so I let my anger let me do something that I regret. If anybody knows something about letting their anger, make you do stupid things, it's you. He's like, but let's put it all in the past. And then he started talking about why he pulled Carmelo out of the ring when Randy was going to punk kick him. Like, I was trying to save you from yourself. And when he says, nobody wants to see the Randy Orton that kicks people in the head, everybody booed. I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
I do. He got big boos there, and he's like, that's not who you are anymore. You changed for the better. And then says we should look for the future, WrestleMania. Let's go after the tag titles. So he's basically just trying to, I don't know, say sorry. I think he's just messing with him, or he was. But on the next part, when Randy's like, what I should do is roll out of this ring, come up that aisle, and be your exit. Like, cool. And, I like it. And wait, no. He's mad. That's all he wants to do is whoop his ass. So, he did say what you said was intriguing. I never heard KO admit he was wrong before. And he's like, scratch that. Take your half-hearted apology, shove it up your ass. Big cheers there. And he just basically goes on to say a little bit more, whatever you need to tell yourself at night to sleep, all that matters is what you deserve. For me is to kick you in the head so hard I get a pat on the back from Roberto Baggio. I wasn't really sure on who he was. I looked him up and figured it out, but that was cool. And then he's like, you used to be fight Owens fight, but now you're just bitch Owens bitch. So Randy's always good at throwing little shots in, and I don't know, it was good. He said, I'm glad you dropped me on my head. Now I hear, the voices are talking to me. And in Vegas, I'm going to kick your head off your shoulder. Everything about it was great. I want to see him kick his head off the shoulders now. So every bit of it made me want to see it more. Not that I didn't, because obviously, this is one of them that I want to see the most. But yeah, it just made me want it more. So I'm going B+ to start.
All right, everybody, thank you for liking the lives there. We're halfway to 1,000 already. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, Randy can just throw a promo and the jabs out there, like you wouldn't believe. When he first came out, like DJ said, he was in his gear, so I thought we were going to start off with a Randy Orton match. But whether you get a Randy Orton match or a Randy Orton promo, you're not losing anything. But I would love to see the old Randy Orton with the punt kicks again and everything else, and get that old Randy Orton back, so to speak. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Kevin Owens was saying all this stuff, and I'm sitting there like, man, you're so full of shit, it stinks. Apologizing and blah blah blah. I was just kind of hoping that we were going to see something between the two of them. It looks like that this will probably be a match at WrestleMania, and I think everything went well in this promo on both ends. I gave it a B+ as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, even Randy Orton commented on the crowd, said the crowd was so loud I could almost, it almost drowned out the voices in my head, and then he put ... almost. And right then and there, you understand the fandom that the WWE really has worldwide. First time in 18 years they were in Italy. First time ever they did a SmackDown there, and the crowd did not disappoint right off the bat. There's really not much more to say about this, other than one of the reasons why I absolutely love KO is he had a Randy Orton shirt on when he came out.
Yeah.
I mean, just those little subtle things. that Kevin Owens does that makes him, that makes you love him and think he's great. Definitely one of my favorites on the roster now, and I am greatly looking forward to this match. I know that if you read the rumors or whatever and you see other articles that there's, one WWE superstar that might be missing out on WrestleMania, and that's Sami Zayn. I would love for Sami Zayn to somehow get involved in this, maybe as the referee, special referee or something, to really, get the backlash. Oh, wait a minute. Backlash. So let's have to see what happens. But yeah, I did like it not as much as you guys, so I gave it actually just a solid B.
All right, Mr. 24/7 and Paul, thank you for liking the live. Paul, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Paul, what about me, man?
I said,
I
oh,
thanked you about this like you
Yep.
never thanked me.
oh, great, thank
I
you.
gave you
That-
I gave you a goat gift.
Yep.
I don't get a thing. After that, we then went to the first matchup of the evening. And there's a tag team matchup where it was Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Jimmy Uso and Damian Priest. Trivia, you lead us off.
All righty, thank you, Greg. Yeah, kind of two unusual pairings for tag teams. Shinsuke Nakamura and Drew McIntyre. It's kind of an unusual pairing, and even Jey Uso. Well, I can't say Jey Uso and Damian Priest because they had a little thing going when he was with the Judgment.
It wasn't even Jey Uso, it's
Jimmy Uso
and Damian Priest.
And it was still kind of an unusual pairing on both sides. But yeah, I really wasn't too much into this match. If it was both guys one-on-one, Shinsuke and Damian, and then Jimmy and Drew, I might have been into the matches a little bit more. But yeah, I really didn't like this match all that much. I think it could have been a little bit better. I gave it a C+.
Okay. It was weird that, Damian Priest came out, go to commercial, and he come back during the middle of the Nakamura entrance. But after Jimmy Uso came out, and granted, yeah, okay, it's not Jey Uso, but it's still Jimmy who they've been trying to push, or it seemed like they were trying to push as a singles competitor. Now he's in a tag team match where you're not even featuring him coming out to see the pop from the crowd, which is a little bizarre. And once again, they came from a commercial during Nakamura's entrance, which once again, his entrance is all about the fans, singing along with the music to his song, like, Pat McAfee used to do. And then they came over to the McIntyre, okay, he's from the UK and they're down in Italy, so he actually got the loudest pop of the four. And then from there, yeah, it just kind of went downhill. This was a matchup in like 2010, it would have been excitingly and pumped up for it, but it just, yeah, I agree that it just didn't make that much sense of the pairing of the four together in a match. Just for us to have a match, it didn't go that long. 7 minutes and 46 seconds, just for us to get the Drew McIntyre, beat down of Damian Priest after the match was over, with the Claymore, and Drew McIntyre's basically saying, anytime you get up, I'm going to knock you back down. I kind of was expecting Damian Priest to start getting back up and Drew McIntyre to come down and Claymore him again, but we didn't get that. So yeah, it was just the whole thing was just odd. Yeah, I'll agree with you, Greg, Mike. I go C plus.
Okay.
Mr. 24/7.
Yeah, it was okay to me. Like it was a little sloppy in the beginning, mainly between Priest and Drew. Like how I think Priest ran up the aisle to get him, I think, and they just were brawling a little bit before, and it kind of just looked a little sloppy to me. So, and then they go in to start the match, and it was just kind of a little weird. I did enjoy Jimmy in the beginning here. I thought he started off pretty strong. Him and Priest worked together a little bit in the beginning, but there were still little moments even throughout the match. I feel like all four guys were just kind of off a little bit. Something about them, whatever it was, I feel like they were all just a little off. But there was some good during the match. There was, they all pretty much got some of their stuff in, and I do like how Priest was able to actually hit South of Heaven and get a 1, 2, 3 clean pin. So that was all good. But as soon as that happened, he's standing there looking at the crowd. I'm like, dude, why do you have your back turned? You know what's about to happen here. And then Drew attacks him. To me, I think I even said it out loud. Like, has Priest not learned yet? Like, just after a match ends, don't turn your back to Drew because he's going to attack you. Whatever. But it was okay. I mean, can't really go too much higher than what you guys got because it pretty much throughout the whole thing, it was a bit sloppy, but I'll go B-, and I'll go B-.
All right. Couch Potato Wrestling, thank you for tuning in. We spoke yesterday. He comments terrible match.
Yeah.
After that, we then went to, what made, was advertised as probably the most anticipated match on SmackDown this week. Kind of surprising me how early in the show it was, as we had a singles matchup of Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu. Prior to this, I lead off, so let's go right on into it. Prior to this, we saw LA Knight talk with Braun Strowman, where Braun Strowman said that the winner of this match would get a U.S. title shot. So there was, a little bit on the line for this. We've seen, many clashes between these two in the past couple months, and they're all kind of the same. Where am I on here? Most of the match was fun and beatings from both. I know the first time Braun Strowman did his little whirly thing, he came around and Jacob Fatu sideswept him right into the announcer's table, and then the next time he did it, he ran into Jacob Fatu. But I know Jacob Fatu's kind of a bigger man. He's not a small guy, but when Braun Strowman just can't get enough speed to forcibly push Jacob Fatu over the announce table like he used to, it's just not the same for me. Jacob Fatu was handling his own, and then we saw Tama Tonga come up to the ring apron and Braun Strowman, take him out with a power slam, and then Solo Sikoa comes in right in front of the ref, gives him the Samoan spike. That's it, match over. Braun Strowman wins by DQ and will challenge LA Knight for the U.S. title. Once again, the crowd, was really into it. Even something just as simple as the back body drop, the crowd gave a huge pop. And then, once again, the old bloodline, new bloodline, whatever you want to call it, bloodline 2.0, starting to beat down on Strowman, and then LA Knight comes out, for the save. And it just, something like this. I hate it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Just let the match happen. And, I understand it teased a little contention, headbutting between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, which we saw later on. Jacob Fatu flipped his lid and started yelling and screaming. So maybe that's to introduce the tension for a potential match between him and Solo. But you didn't need to sacrifice Braun Strowman for this, in my eyes. Yes, it gives Braun Strowman a U.S. title shot, so I guess that's the easy, generic way to get there. But, what was a good, solid B match because of the ending, I'm going to knock down to a C+.
All righty. Shannon, thanks for tuning in. Mama Wolf, thank you for joining the team. Thank you for gifting the GOAT. I appreciate that. Everybody keep tuning in, keep tapping. We're at 4.5K likes.
All right, Mr. 24/7, you're up.
I gotta agree with everything you said. I'm kind of getting. It sucks to say that I'm getting sick of this because who wouldn't want to see Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu? It sounds freaking great, but I think I don't know. They're like. Whatever they're doing is just getting old quick, so they have to mix it up a bit if they're going to continue to have them wrestle each other. I don't know. Something else has to happen besides what we're getting. I mean, I didn't think the match was too bad from what we got, like the beginning at least. The two big dudes, when they were just actually in the ring fighting, it was cool to me. I liked it, but you just kind of got the feeling that somewhere it's about to go, it's about to take a left turn here somewhere. And to have Tama jump up, it's like, why? I think that's what we were saying, like, why? Why is this happening? I mean, the only thing I can see is, fine, they don't want either one of them to get pinned maybe or something, but why have them continue to fight each other then? So it's all just a little blah to me. It sucks because I want to see both guys fight. I want to see them both doing good. I am happy that Braun gets a title match, but hopefully this is to start something with Jacob and Solo. Hopefully that's the reason why they're doing this. Because if not, I mean, it's just a little blah to me. So I'm going to go, I think C+ is fair. I'll go C+.
Trivia.
All right. Yeah, I agree to some extent. I mean, I always like the hard-hitting matches, and this was a hard-hitting match. I think this is like the third time they faced each other, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure, but I know they've been at it a couple times already. Glad Braun got the win. We're definitely going to see something with Jacob and Solo. Possibly, I'd have to say more than not, we'll see it at WrestleMania. But yeah, I'm glad that Braun's going to get a title match, even though it's against LA Knight and it's for the IC title. It's been a while since he's been in the title picture, any championship. So I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. It was a hard-hitting match. As usual, the same thing, the interference by Solo and Tama Tonga, which you can almost expect is going to happen. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I gave it a B.
Okay.
Thank you for the likes, DJ.
Okay. Guys, did you guys just grade the Charlotte Tiffany thing? No. All right, so DJ didn't either, so I guess we'll just mention it. We then saw a little split screen thing with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. It seemed very awkward. Either they didn't have a script and felt like they can both just talk off the hip, or they just didn't care about it. So We then went to the next matchup, was a singles matchup between Zelina Vega and Piper Niven. Hey, it's a match, Mr. 24/7. You're first.
All right. It was okay, I guess. Okay match. Piper was able to pretty much use her size advantage and pretty much, I mean, she was on top a lot of the match. Zelina was able to do, she was able to get some of her stuff, and she's pretty good at fighting, I guess, bigger women. I mean, bigger than her, which I know most are, but she seems to do well when she's got, say, someone like Piper. She just seems to fit okay, I think. I think it started off kind of, I don't know, slow a bit. I think it kind of
Thank you.
got a little better as it went on. But it was just okay to me. They both got their stuff in. I mean, you got to see what he's saying. I guess the finish was not weird because it was a clean finish, which I'm happy with. I will always be happy with. But it was kind of just, she hit like a cross body type of whatever. It just didn't seem like her finishing move, I guess. So a little weird, but I was like, whatever. I thought it was okay. I didn't see too much wrong. I mean, Chelsea got involved a little bit. I think the other one there got kicked. So it was okay. I thought all of it was all right. I'll go C+.
Okay, trivia.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in there, Slosh Skull. Yeah, I didn't care too much for this match. I mean, like DJ said, Zelina Vega always seems, to fight the big people. She actually looked kind of okay considering you're facing somebody that outweighs you by like 150 pounds probably. I don't know, Piper Niven's a big woman. But, yeah, just to see Chelsea and Alba Fire outside the ring. Alba Fire just looks so out of place dressed like that and saluting and everything else. It's weird to see. But, yeah, I mean, Zelina Vega just keeps hanging in there every single match. And eventually, I think WWE is going to reward her somewhere down the line. But I really didn't care too much for this match. I gave it a C+.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, one thing is I always complain that the momentum of a match is destroyed by commercial breaks. Well, honestly, I think this one was just the opposite because, I mean, the crowd didn't seem to care about this at all. I didn't care about it at all. There were moments in this match where the crowd was like almost silent. But I think the commercial break came, and then they came back, and they I don't know if they knew they came back from the commercial break, but things seemed to start to pick up action-wise from there. I just looked on the site. Zelina Vega is listed at 4'11", 106 pounds. Piper Niven is listed at 5'8", 225 pounds. So yes, Piper Niven is 2 times the size of Zelina Vega. And Zelina kind of, handled it her own. I mean, the tornado DDT that Vega hit looked really good. For some, it's like, well, how could somebody that small do that? Well, it's all about momentum, and it looked good. That's the most important part. The splash kind of crossbody while Zelina Vega was sitting down on the mat. I mean, it didn't look that devastating, but hey, that's what Piper Niven did to win. And I mean, the match itself went 12 minutes and 14 seconds long with a 3-minute commercial break. So you got 9 minutes of TV time for these 2 women, which is unheard of. And it was pretty entertaining after the commercial break. But I'll go with the greater C+. matching my fellow I don't know, my mind's just blank. After that, we just went to a singles matchup where it was Liv Morgan taking on Jade Cargill. Trivia, you're up.
All right, thank you, Greg Madison. Thanks for joining. Everybody, keep tapping that screen. Come on, we're almost at 6K. Yeah, this match, really don't have much to say about it. I mean, Jade Cargill, I still think she still needs a lot more work in the ring. Liv Morgan has got to be probably one of the best sellers in WWE when it comes to moves. I was surprised. I mean, was I surprised to see Naomi pop out? Yeah. She had the caution stuff on her ring gear, and you know she went after Jade. You know, it was one of those things where, okay, now Naomi's a full blown heel, so I think her and Jade are going to have some good programs together. But Jade and Liv, it was kind of what I expected in the match. It was okay. I mean, to me, I think the match was worthy enough to give my grade of a B-.
Okay. I'm up next. Yeah, I mean, I can't agree more about Liv Morgan. I mean, you look at her resume. She's beaten Rhea Ripley. She beat Becky Lynch. She's beaten Trish Stratus. I mean, she's now a 3-time tag team champion. She's been a world champion. And she's the first person in WWE to beat Jade Cargill in a singles match. So you got to give this girl her flowers. She has gotten so much better than when she first came in WWE. I mean, 7 years ago. I have a little something in these news that let's realize how long Liv Morgan's actually been in WWE, but yet she's only gotten her notoriety really in the last couple of years. And she's taken the ball and ran. Yeah, Jade Cargill, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this thing with Naomi will work. Maybe it won't. She, I don't know, there's something, for me, there's something off about her now. I don't know what the injury was or what happened when she went away. Maybe it's now, you know, the focus in her first singles match. She can't just get the hot tag, the quote-unquote hot tag from Bianca Belair and wrestle for a few minutes at a time. Putting a complete match together, it just looked awkward. And then once you get to the end of the match, Naomi comes out with a whole big old head of hair, and no Muppets were murdered in her gear this time, which is a good thing. She moved on from that. Liv Morgan got the win. So, I mean, I have to be happy with that because she's on my man's new squad in our little league we got. So, what should have been a C+, I'll agree with Trim and give a B-.
Okay. Fox, thanks for joining.
Mr. 24/7.
So I was like, why? I don't like what they're doing, how they brought Jade back. Put it that way. Like, I feel like she should have not have lost here. I feel like she should have won this match, in my opinion, just for storyline's sake and with her coming back. I just feel like it hurts her more than it would have hurt Liv to lose here. The match was good. In the beginning, they were both good. They both pretty much went back and forth with their moves. I mean, we got to see them put their stuff in there, and Liv she was hanging with her the whole match. So, and I'll agree with both of you. Yeah, Liv is on another level, and I think it sucks because of the notoriety, like you said, is only coming over the past couple of years. Because it's been way longer than a couple of years that she's pretty much been like on or around the top, top of the division. So I'm okay with everything we're getting from Liv. But yeah, she did well here. I think Naomi when she came out to kind of distract Jade, she hit her with the tag title, and then Liv was able to hit her move and get the win. But I was very impressed, to be honest, with Naomi. I really liked this side of her. She was freaking ruthless, man. She was in there throwing. She threw 100 punches at her. She just kept going and beating her. So I liked it. If this is what we're getting out of Naomi, I'm all for it, because what we were getting was just old, and I can do this. So, but the whole thing overall with Jade losing the match and then getting beat down at the end, to me made no sense. She should have won the match and beat the crap out of Naomi. But what are you gonna do? I think B- is good because the match was good. I mean, yeah, Jade does need more, obviously, but I didn't think she did too bad. I thought Liv definitely helped, make the match look good. So I think B- is fair.
And I think that's what Naomi was missing in her on her gimmick, is what we have with her now.
What's that?
Her being a heel now. Her being a little more ruthless in the ring, a little more aggressive.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think getting away from that stupid glow thing is going to be good for her. We did get another video for the arrival of. Sorry, that's my glucose line going off. Sorry about that. Hold on. There we go. With the number 4 and a little smoke and everything, and a lot of people assume that it's going to be Ray Phoenix or Aleister Black. We then had now I didn't grade it separately. I don't know if you guys did a promo with the Street Profits, then the match, or did you do it all together?
I did it all together.
All together.
Okay. And that's what we went to next. We had the Street Profits come out to the ring. Am I at front?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just go right on into it. The Street Profits came out, and, I don't know. I mean, I like it, but I don't know. The whole thing that the Street Profits are getting into, to me, is a little too similar to the yeet that we get from Jey Uso. But hey, I guess anything that's going to get the crowd over with you got to do it. The crowd, as soon as the music stopped, the chants of, you deserve it came ringing out. And before they could even really say too much, Legado del Fantasma came out, Santos, the Mike, for Los Garza, coming out. And I mean, is he good on the mic? Yes. Is he in my opinion, way too good of a wrestler to be used as somebody's mouthpiece? Absolutely. Why they're wasting him in this manner is just beyond me. They were in the ring and they were talking and challenging Street Profits, and then we got as Montez Ford pretty badly coming out and said it pretty deadly, which I found, hilarious time. Came out talking about how they were the next number one contenders. And then, Dawkins and Montez both screamed, hey, you want the smokes, they should come on out. And I believe it was a non-title match. I don't think they actually officially said it was for the belts. But we got another really good performance out of Los Garza in the ring with the Street Profits. Berto's handspring moonsault looked really cool. Looked great. The Garza special was a good spot. The moment, Montez Ford landed on his feet from a double press slam on the top rope was awesome. Angel and Berto, they sold it perfectly. The crowd ate it up. It was just a very, very strong, good, entertaining match. In the end, the Street Profits won with Montez Ford jumping 82 feet into the air for his Frog Splash. And, for the 1-2-3 victory. Really enjoyed it all. I thought this was the best match of the evening. I gave it a solid B+.
All righty. Emma, Walter, Red, thank you for tuning in. Everybody continue to tap that screen. We're getting close to 6K.
You said that 5 minutes ago, dude. Come on.
Reminding them.
Get there.
Some
We
new.
gotta get
Yep.
there.
Let's go.
It's there. It's there.
Mr. 24/7.
All right, so yeah, they come out and they start talking about how it's been 4 years since they've been champs and big you deserve it chance they got, and it was all fine. It was all good. They were, it was good to see. I think they deserve to be champs, so it was all good to see. Yeah, I think they are trying to reach for something along the lines of what Jay's doing, trying to see if they can catch on with the fans. I get why they're trying, but I think it is a little close to the yeet. Anyway, Los Garza comes out. They're basically looking for a fight, and they talk. They figure it out. They're gonna have a match, and Montez is like, "Let's go, let's get Loco Chicos." I'm like, all right, he tried. They go on to have a great match. Los Garza they're just really good, and it sucks that I think that the whole faction thing that they've been in for however long, I think that whole thing is holding them back, because they might be one of the best tag teams in WWE for real. They can at least be talked about in that conversation, I think. So, being that they were with the Profits, we got a good match. All four guys looked great. The one spot when you mentioned it, when they kind of had Montez up, they were like standing up on the maybe second rope or top rope, something. They were up there and holding him up. You don't see that. I think that might even been the first time I ever seen that. But Montez flips out of it and lands on his feet and, just counters it. And the look on all of them, they were all just shocked. So to me, it was a really cool spot. Street Profits, after that, they kind of took over. Dawkins he flew over the top rope, dove and took out everybody. And then Montez hits his 86 feet in the air splash. So clean win from the champions. It was cool to see. I think Los Garza is good enough to where it didn't really, I don't think it hurt them too much here, because we got such a good match. I'll go overall. I think this was really good. I think overall I'll agree with the B+.
Okay, trivia.
All right, thank you. Wayne Hayes has now joined us. Thank you, Wayne. Yeah, this is something. I definitely give it the same grade you guys did. Glad to see the Street Profits as champions. Los Garza has just, I mean, I remember when I first saw them, they were down here. Now they're like right up here. And they're just such a talented team. I'm really expecting maybe a triple threat tag team match for at WrestleMania between them, Los Garza, and as Street Profits would say, pretty badly. But then again, you can't leave out DIY either, or the Motor City Machine Gun. So I mean, could they have a fatal 5-way? No, that's too much. But I'm just looking to see where they're going to go for WrestleMania and down the road with this tag team. I hope the Street Profits can hold on to the title for give them a good run. I enjoyed the match. I gave it a B+, and it was 84 feet, not 86.
I thought it was 82.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll say.
Hey Jeff, thanks for liking the live.
All right. Well, after that, Friday Night SmackDown with, guess what? An in-ring promo. And guess who goes first? Mr. 24/7. We had Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman come down to the ring. DJ, take it from here.
All right. So yeah, they come out and Roman, Bologna acknowledged me, and they were all about it. The crowd was all about it. He's like, your OTC loves you, so I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. And he goes on to say, at the Rumble, CM Punk screwed me, so at the Garden, I screwed him. Seth Rollins screwed me, at the Garden, I screwed him. Seth tried to kill me, I tried to kill him. So basically just making it, I guess, giving us a good enough reason, I guess, to accept this match that we're going to get. I don't know. He's like, the OTC came a long way, so I'm going to take my time. So if anyone wants to come out here and confront your tribal chief, let me know. Seth Rollins. Looking wild as usual. And he's like, you don't understand how dangerous CM Punk is. For the future of this industry and company, you should have let me finish him off when I had the chance. So I like that he said that. I like that he acknowledged the fact that CM Punk is CM Punk. He's dangerous. And you want to try to finish someone like that off when you can. So the fact that I like that whole part. He's like, but I get why you did it. It's not about Punk. It's about me and you. It's always been about me and you. He's like, when we came into this company, there was no you without me. There was no me without you. So he was, I like Seth's promo here. He gave both guys props. He just let them both know that they're both great. So I enjoyed that. He's like, we can't coexist in the same space at the same time. Let's add another chapter to the Roman and Seth story. Cool. All of it was good. I liked it. CM Punk comes out. Paul Heyman, start seeing Heyman get a little nervous now. Different facials and playing his part. And Punk's like, basically like, this right hand's not taped up to hold the microphone. So before the circuit starts, let's talk about the facts. And he's like Big Chief and he calls Seth Grimace. Just a little bit of comedy, which is always good. He's like, neither of you have ever beat me without the other one's help. I'm down with it. It gives, like I said before, they gave us a reason to want to see the match, just with what they're saying. And he's like, no. At the Rumble, I didn't screw you. It's every man for himself. Your wise man should have, brought you up to speed on that. So I like that he threw the wise man in there. He goes on to say, you wouldn't even have made it to the Rumble if I didn't save your family's ass at War Games. And by the way, I'm still owed a favor. So they brought the favor back up, keeping us, letting us know that it's still a thing, all that. Thank you, Paul, for delivering Tribal beef up on a silver platter. Yeah, everything was good. No, and when he said that, Roman turns to Heyman and then Punk attacks, and they start fighting. So everything that everyone said, I thought was good. Every bit of it, it all made sense. Every part of it was all good to me. The fighting, yeah, okay. They fought. They went on the outside. They beat each other up. Roman hit them both with the stairs, and they all pointed at the sign a million times to let us know they're fighting at Mania. So. Whatever. They're all going to be at Mania. I guess they have to figure out a way to make that happen. So I'm cool with this. I'm all right with it. I think overall here, let's go back to the last page, but I believe I had B+. Yeah, I got B+. I'm ready to see it.
Okay, Mr. Trivia.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Wayne Hayes, Tamatanga going tee. Yeah. Yeah, I really think that we got this preview for WrestleMania with these three here. I think that's what the favor CM Punk is asking, that he wants one or both of these guys at WrestleMania. The promo originally really didn't start off doing anything for me, and then it just kept gaining speed. The battle at the end was awesome. I kind of expected it. With these three guys, if they do have them in a triple threat match at WrestleMania, it's going to be a brawl. I mean, I think it's going to be one of the good matches. Whatever night they put it on. But I enjoyed the whole segment. I gave it a B+.
Okay. That's now the second time in this show where you alluded to, well, I think they should have this match, or I think they might. It has definitely been confirmed. It is a triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk at WrestleMania. In my opinion, there's one main event match. Unfortunately, you can't. I'll get into the whole part of that later. But yeah, this was everything you expected. Seth Rollins coming out first after Roman Reigns kind of laid out the, whoever wants to come out. Like you said, everything that CM Punk said coming out. CM Punk was the first one. After the brawl had started, he was tossed out of the ring. He then jumped up on the announcer's table, and he was the first one to point at Roman, then Seth, then the WrestleMania sign. Then, like you said, Seth Rollins got the upper hand, and then he pointed from the ring apron at both, Roman Reigns, then CM Punk. And then we had the beat down with the steps from Roman Reigns, and he then pointed. So right then and there, you knew it was on. And it was for a very, very lackluster show. At least we had a little bit of excitement to end the show with this. I'll give it a solid B. Overall, though, top to bottom for the show, after re-looking at it, it was okay. And, overall, I have to give it a C+.
Okay. DJ?
Yeah, if we had a couple, Randy Orton, that spot, and then the end there, I think, saved the show. I guess the Street Profits and Los Stars they added to it. So I'll go B-. I think those three matches were able to boost it up a bit. So we'll go B-.
Yeah, I definitely agree. With the grade B-. There's a couple of low spots, a lot of high spots. I enjoyed it. So B- is the grade that I'll give it for Friday night. So that was our SmackDown preview. Excuse me. Oh, so right now we're going to go to the best part of the show. It's Nuggies News. So, Greg, what do you got for us today?
All right. Well, first and foremost, a couple little things here. Former WWE, I'm not going to say superstar, but I guess I'll say employee, Gable Steveson. For most of us, if you don't know, you will now. Yeah, obviously, he left WWE. Yes, he was released, but he wasn't doing anything with WWE and made it noted that he wanted to finish his collegiate career in wrestling and work on getting into the Olympics. He was in the Olympics, some Olympics in 84. 84, 2024. But he was in the NCAA Heavyweight Division Championship, where he actually lost for the first time in 69 matches. So is it now considered unsuccessful journey to turn away from a potential lucrative contract with WWE and go back to college just to, in essence, not win a medal at the Olympics and then lose the finals of the NCAA Heavyweight Championship in his last year and eligibility-wise in college?
No, I don't think so. I mean, do I want to see him come back to WWE? Well, they really didn't do anything with him first time. Maybe they'll start something with him if he does come back. But, losing in the championship can really do something to you, especially like you said, after 69 matches. And I just don't think it'll weigh too heavy on him.
Yeah, I think it might have been good to lose that match. Not good, but to go undefeated like that, maybe it'll help. I don't know. Definitely stick with Olympics as most as you can, best you can. Don't let the loss ruin it, I guess. Going back to the WWE, whatever, I think more important, right, would be trying to win medals, trying to, I don't know, stay relevant, I guess.
Yeah, I think sometimes, a loss can humble you and get you refocused. You can't take things for granted anymore. But, I mean, yeah, it's Gable Steveson. He wanted to follow a dream. I don't know that his dream was ever to be a WWE superstar. I know his dream was wrestling and then getting to the Olympics. So, yeah, I'm all for somebody following their dreams. We noted that Braun Strowman will be challenging LA Knight next week on SmackDown for the U.S. title. If Braun Strowman wins that match, he will then become a Grand Slam champion in WWE. So, guys, quite simply, is Braun Strowman, jeez, I keep saying that, is Braun Strowman needing to get this victory to potentially be a WWE Hall of Famer, or if he doesn't become a Grand Slam champion, does he still have a possibility of getting there?
DJ?
I think this is a very important match. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he should. I think he needs to start winning. If he don't win this match coming up, I think somewhere in the near future, he's got to win it, or something big has to happen for him. It's funny. It's one of my what ifs I got too. So we'll talk a little bit more about him. No, that's cool. But yeah, I think he pretty much has to win. But I think if he don't, at least somewhere in the near future, he's got it.
I think Braun Strowman doesn't need to win the IC title to be a Hall of Famer when his time comes. But it will
It's the U.S. title.
or the U.S. title rather. I don't think he needs to win that to be a Hall of Famer. I think he's going to be when his time comes. To be a Grand Slam champion is like the pinnacle in WWE. So that would be great if he became a Grand Slam champion. But I don't think he would need that to get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay. I actually think he does. If he doesn't become a Grand Slam champion, I think with his injury history and not having that real big dominant run without getting hurt, I think this should be something that would be challenging for him to get in the Hall of Fame without. I think it's one of those accolades that somebody like Braun Strowman needs to put on his resume to get in the Hall of Fame. Back in October, Goldberg made a surprise appearance in the crowd at the Bad Blood Premium Live event where Gunther cut a promo and took some personal shots at Goldberg, which led to Goldberg jumping the barricade. Well, Goldberg is finally basically medically cleared to get back in the ring. And according to the Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, the original plan, now whether that's still the same plan or not, I love how he put original plan, because that's such a way of saying, well, it didn't happen. Well, that was the original plan. So once again, Dave Meltzer playing both sides of the fence. But it said that Goldberg's retirement match called for him to face Gunther once Gunther dropped the World Heavyweight Championship. So, once again, in true Nuggies News fashion, on a scale of 1 to 10, the likelihood of this match happens, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, the excitement level of Goldberg's retirement match being against Gunther.
The likelihood, I'll probably go somewhere in the middle, 5, 5.5. For me, the excitement level, about a 3.
I'm going to go a little higher on the. I think it's likely to happen. To be honest, I'm going to go like 7 on likeliness. And if this is honestly for real, Goldberg's last match, if we're finally going to see all done, you hang him up after this, no matter what, then I'm excited to see it, because he needs to just not wrestle anymore. So if this is really it, then I will be excited to see the last ones. And Gunther, I feel like will be a good, is not a bad choice to be his last match. I don't mind it. I'll go 7-7.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to agree on the likelihood number, mainly because Triple H doesn't do things for nothing.
Yeah.
He tees into that long, slow burning for storylines. So teasing us back in October, Gunther Goldberg, I think is more than likely going to lead to it happening. Excitement level, I'm going to go twofold. Excitement level, I would be like an 8 for the fact that I just want to see Gunther shock Goldberg and Goldberg's true reaction to how painful that is. But on the other side, I'm going to go excitement level of a 3, because I don't think there's any way, personally, I don't think there's any way Goldberg is going to lose his retirement match. So him beating Gunther does not make it exciting for me.
Okay.
A little funny thing, a little video has surfaced over the weekend in one of the live events that they had in, let me just double check where it was, in Belfast in Northern Ireland in the UK. Gunther took on CM Punk. in a singles match. It ended with a double count out, so nobody won, nobody lost. But at one point in the match, CM Punk took a chop from Gunther, went down to the mat, kind of had this smile on his face, and just tapped out on the mat itself because of the painfulness of the slap. If WWE could incorporate some of that pure entertainment value into some matches on TV, I think they'd be doing a little bit better. We saw the return, the biggest return of the year at Royal Rumble this year was when Alexa Bliss surprisingly returned. We then saw her in a qualifying match for Elimination Chamber. Then we saw her in the Elimination Chamber. And all lines and all sites and all roads pointed to Alexa Bliss being back on TV regularly and potentially in a matchup at WrestleMania. Well, I mean, there was even rumors that she was going to align with the Wyatt Six and maybe in a tag team match go against Liv and Raquel. Well, Alexa Bliss has been at MIA, 6 Elimination Chamber, and it is basically being reported that the main reason why she has not been around is they are waiting for the Wyatt Six to basically return to television. I know on Nuggies News a couple weeks ago or last week, I reported that Bo Dallas had been out with an undisclosed injury. He has since recently been medically cleared, but the feeling, once again, reported by Dave Meltzer and Steve Carrier from Ringside News, is that they feel the timing to get the Wyatt Six incorporated into a feud for WrestleMania at this point wouldn't make sense. So creative is putting in something more than likely for just after WrestleMania. PLE News. It is being reported that the Intuit Dome will be hosting this year's 2025 Money in the Bank Premium Live event. And the Intuit Dome, and kind of just makes sense with it, being the home of the LA Clippers and the $1 billion facility, the state-of-the-art venue. They had a premium live event there, or show there in August of 2024. That's right, it was a Raw Netflix on debut on Netflix, was at the Intuit Dome. Also, it is being reported that there will be another Evolution Premium Line event in July, and this one will be coming from the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. So before we start talking about that, let's take a stroll down memory lane and go over the 8-match card that they had in the original Evolution, which was in October of 2018. There was a pre-show match that was for the NXT UK Women's Championship, as it was the champion Rhea Ripley defeating Dakota Kai.
Wow.
We had a tag team matchup where it was Trish Stratus and Lita defeating Mickie James and Alicia Fox with Alexa Bliss in their corner. We had a 20-women battle royal where Nia Jax won by last eliminating Ember Moon. We had the 2018 Mae Young Classic Championship match where it was Toni Storm defeating Io Shirai. We had a 6-women tag match where it was Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya defeating Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan of the Riot Squad. Shayna Baszler defeated Kairi Sane in a NXT Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch defended her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship in a last women's standing match by defeating Charlotte Flair. And the main event of the evening was for the Raw Women's Championship, where Ronda Rousey successfully defeated Nikki Bella.
Okay.
That was the original Revolution pay-per-view. Once again, they're looking to do a premium live event this year. Nothing has been confirmed. I actually went on the Mohegan Sun Arena website. They don't have anything listed as an event, but this is the second time that I've seen a report about this. So, guys, what are our thoughts about them having a, once again, 100% all women's premium live event?
I think, in my opinion, I thought the first Evolution pay-per-view was groundbreaking because it was the first time they've ever had an all-women's pay-per-view. So I was kind of interested in seeing it. But I think this one, there was a lot of names you mentioned, Greg, that are no longer with the company. So I think we're going to probably see maybe some NXT stars on the Evolution show as well. So
And that NXT matches on the first one. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we get it. We'll get it here. I don't know when, but eventually we'll get it, and I think it'll be good. You know, I think with Triple H being the one to kind of do it this time, I don't know. I think it'll be good with all the names, even all the names that you mentioned on the first card. They were all just getting started, you know, or not necessarily just getting started, but beginnings of their careers and big names. And, there's some that aren't here, but there's a lot who are on top right now from that list that could still be in this one. So I think there's enough women to make this a really good premium live event. And I think it happens, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you even just look at some of the names of women that are currently on the roster that either are injured or aren't wrestling right now. I mean, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Becky Lynch. I mean, you throw that in, plus you throw in, maybe a couple, maybe a match from NXT. You have 5 women's titles on the main roster. Well, actually 6. Nobody remembers that Candice LeRae is the Speed Champion, but you have 5 main titles on the main roster. So, I mean, right now they do 4 and 5 match premium live events totally. So, I mean, I could easily see them, doing like the Clash of the Champions for the women's division on a premium live event. So, I definitely see that, happening. 2 other things. WWE has officially announced their nominees for the 2025 Slammies Fans Choice Award. I'm not going to go through, I'll go through all the categories, but not all the nominees, only the few bigger ones. For Female Superstar of the Year, their nominees are as follows: Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Io Sky. For Male Superstar of the Year, the nominees are Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Gunther, CM Punk, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. Other categories are Most Memorable Entrance, the OMG Moment of the Year. We have the Faction of the Year nominees. That one has 5 of them. The OG Bloodline, the New Bloodline, the Judgment Day, American Made, Damage Control. They have Tag Team of the Year nominees. This has a whole list of them, but they have DIY, Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under, Jade and Bianca, the Motor City Machine Guns, the Bloodline, the War Raiders, the Judgment Day, the Street Profits, and then Liv Morgan and Raquel. They have Rivalry of the Year, NXT Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, WTF Moment of the Year, and Social Media Star of the Year, and then Breakout Superstar of the Year. That one has Braun Breaker, Lara Valkyria, Penta, Obafemi, Julia, Tiffany Stratton, Jacob Fatu, Chelsea Green, and Stephanie Vaquer. The winners will be announced WrestleMania weekend at FanFest on Sunday, April 20th. Tune into our Top Rope Report show on Wednesday after WrestleMania, and I'll have the list of winners for anybody that cares.
Okay.
And ending in sad news, just want to make mention that a lot of people out there don't think they don't give wrestling the credit it's due because it's fake. Well, this is more real than real can ever get. At an Extreme Valley Wrestling event, indie wrestler by the name of Artist Arrest, real name Graham Michael, collapsed during a match and was taken to the hospital and was then pronounced dead. No news or no word as to what happened. But it's times like that that you realize, once again, yes, it is a sporting entertainment business, but things that happen in rings, bumps, bruises. If you saw John Moxley get suplexed onto Spike, a board full of nails, and watch somebody take it and rip it off of his back, watching his skin rip open, that's being pulled this out, things like this don't get any more real. So deepest sympathies go out to Graham Michael's family and all his loved ones. Hearts go out to you and your family.
Absolutely.
That's what I have for Nuggies News this week. Trivia, you got anything coming up on any
Yes.
independent shows?
Yes, Nadia, thanks for sharing. Sienna, thanks for joining. Yes, Saturday, March the 29th, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling presents Mayhem in Middletown. This will be at the Middletown Elks Lodge at 44 Maynard Street in Middletown, Connecticut. Bell time is 7 p.m. Tickets are $20. So if you're in the Middletown area, definitely check it out. Tonight, Wrestling with Character at the VFW Post 511 in New Britain, Connecticut. Show starts at 6 p.m. tonight. And the feature attraction on the Wrestling with Character tonight is Enzo Amore. Former WWE wrestler will be there at the show in Bristol, Connecticut. So he might be bringing out his cup of haters. We'll have to see. Also, Friday, April 11th, Blood, Sweat, and Tears Wrestling will be appearing at 105 Sanford Street in Hamden, Connecticut. The doors open at 7 p.m. Bell time is at 8. The feature match that night, as Dustin Flash Waller will defend his title against veteran Hammer Tunis. If you guys have never seen either one of these guys and you're in the area, definitely check it out, because don't blink when Flash Waller's in the ring. You'll miss something. And Saturday, April 12th, the next day, Coliseum Pro Wrestling presents Opportunity for Success 4 at the West Haven Elks Club, 265 Main Street, West Haven, Connecticut. Doors open at 7. Bell time is at 7:30. Tickets are $20 for general admission, and members and children under 12 get in for $10. Main event is a 4-way elimination match as Jay Champagne versus Jeremy LaCroix versus Georgia Lawrence versus Fly Nye Noriega. And then the CPW Tag Team title match as champions Hustle and Muscle will defend their titles against Sunset Steve Garcia and Anytime Alan Bano. One more show I have to report on. It's way back here. There it is. April 12th also in Torrington, Connecticut is the return of Tough and Talented Wrestling. Their show, Haters Gonna Hate. And that is April 12th at 152 Litchfield Street in Torrington, Connecticut. Admission is $15. The matches for that night are Clipper Jones versus Stevie Legend, Butcher Pack versus Shannon Council, Thunder versus Little Greatness, Brian Bayside versus Yusef 13, RJ Boom versus Shady, and Sean Morris versus Two Buff. That is the return of Tough and Talented Wrestling, April 12th, 152 Litchfield Street in Torrington, Connecticut. And that's what I have for indie news for today. And right now we're going to go to DJ and his What If segment.
All right. So I'll start off with the Braun Strowman one, being that we were pretty much just talking about it, and we kind of answered it, but and we know that they're fighting. But what if Braun ends up fighting LA for the U.S. title and wins? Is that enough to boost his career, get him back toward the top? And is LA okay losing there?
I think Braun needs a big win. And I think that would be about as big for him right now at this stage in his career that he could possibly get. I don't think it'll affect LA Knight that much. That might give him a chance to, maybe move on to something bigger and better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that this could be the biggest win in Braun Strowman's current career. I disagree with that. But, I mean, if he wins, yeah. I mean, being a Grand Slam champion in WWE still means something. I mean, if it didn't, then Miz wouldn't brag that he was a 2-time Grand Slam champion. So they make a big deal of it. So I think if he were to win this, I think it would help his career tremendously.
Yep.
And I also agree, it will not hurt LA Knight. He is just so over with the fans. I would see that fading anytime soon, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be a huge win for Braun. LA will be all right. All right. What if Jay does not win the title at WrestleMania? Do fans stick with him, are we going to see him kind of just mid card in it?
I mean, I think the fans still stick with him. I think it's going to turn the fans off towards WWE before it will turn fans off on Jay. And I mean, unfortunately, if he loses, I think it kind of hurts him as to where he's either got to reconcile with his brother and go back for that one final good tag team title run, or, main event Jey Uso becomes mid-card Jey Uso.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, if Jey Uso doesn't win, then I think WWE fans are going to really let everybody hear about it, because I really think this is what the fans have been waiting for and looking for is, a world title run for Jey Uso.
Yeah, I got to agree. I think they get more mad at WWE than anything. We'll see. All right, so at the stage that these two guys are at in their career, what if you can decide the winner between Randy and KO? Who needs this more, career-wise?
I would say, well, that's a tough one. I would say KO. I think KO would need this more than Randy. I mean, KO's had himself his share of championships over his career, but Randy Orton's a 14-time champion. I mean, there's really nothing on the line, no title or nothing on the line in this match. It's just kind of like for revenge. So I think it would be better for Kevin Owens than it would be for Randy.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough as well. I understand why you're saying that because I don't think it hurts or helps either one of them. I think Randy Orton's always Randy Orton. And Kevin Owens, yes. I mean, it would make more sense for Kevin Owens to take the loss. Because once again, this is Randy Orton looking for redemption and revenge, I should say. But Kevin Owens he's up and down, up and down, up and down. He's loved by the fans, he's hated by the fans, and he'll just roll with the punches no matter what you want to do. But storyline and character-wise, I think it would be more important if Kevin Owens won.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Brandon, thank you.
I think Randy's already well over the spot he needs to be for really whatever he does to really hurt him. So, yeah, I'll agree with KO. All right, so we kind of got on this one too earlier. What if Goldberg does have his one more match this year, and that's the last one? Do we really want to see it? And if so, who should be his last match? If not Gunther or Gunther?
Well, I mean, excuse me. If it's in WWE, then I guess that means it has to be a WWE employee / wrestler. I honestly, if they were going to do it, why not kill two birds with one stone and give Brock Lesnar his final match and have one last Goldberg-Lesnar match? The only issue I have with that is I don't think either would be willing to put the other over. So I don't know how you come to a determination as to who wins.
Right.
But, that's, if not, if it has to be something that's actively on the wrestler, I'm going to throw out somebody that I think would gladly do it as he did it for somebody else, more or less, even though he went to AEW and the one by the name of Sheamus.
Yeah, that was in the back of my mind with Brock Lesnar, but Sheamus is a good pick as well. I think that would be a pretty interesting retirement match, to say the least, for Goldberg.
Well, you have no thoughts of your own. You're going to steal mine.
Oh no, but I mean, I don't really know who else would be in there. I mean, would I like to see him? I mean, would I like to see him maybe have a retirement match? Maybe against CM Punk or Roman Reigns, or maybe a Seth Rollins. Yeah, I mean that would be interesting to see. Or maybe have a who else was I thinking? Or maybe he had a little thing going before with Drew McIntyre. Maybe have something like that as a retirement match for Goldberg.
Yeah. I think Gunther is a good choice for it, especially if there's no title involved. It's just a match. I think that's good. Priest came to mind. Damian Priest came to mind. I know it probably don't make too much sense, but I think the match would be good enough. Good enough, I suppose. Or Drew. Drew's not a bad one either.
Oh, I just thought of another one too.
I think it's basically, as long as this is it, I really don't care who it's against. So, all right. The next one I thought was interesting. So, with where he's at in his career right now, what if Daniel Bryan never wrestles again? He's done. He calls it quits. Does this hurt his career at all? Retiring from AEW, or should he sign back with some way, Legends career or something, with WWE, so he can go out with WWE over AEW?
I think Daniel Bryan should sign a Legends contract with WWE, come back, for the fans, for himself. Daniel Bryan is probably one of the best in the business. Sign his Legends contract, have him come back, put him in the Hall of Fame where he rightfully belongs. And, I think the WWE universe would get the yes chant going one more time. I don't think they'd mind that.
Yeah, but I mean, does signing a WWE Legends contract guarantee he's going to be on TV or even get that at all? I mean, there's so many others that have recently signed Legends contracts that we're never going to don't see on TV. I would love to see him just with his creative mind. I mean, in the end, when he was wrestling on SmackDown, he had a seat at WWE Creative. I would love to see him work. I mean, Tyson Kidd, TJ Wilson, he works backstage and gets nothing but rave reviews from matches that he produces and how he just helps people. And he'll never wrestle again. I would love to see Daniel Bryan take on a mentorship in WWE. And I mean, who knows? They have that show LFG that has 4 mentors. Maybe the year after next he can replace Booker T and mentor people. I think I would love to see him in that aspect. And I think that would be, best for him and his family and just, health-wise for his life.
Hey, Kendall, thanks for joining.
I agree. I think, if he's not going to wrestle no more, I think it's got to end with the WWE in some way. All right. What if the WWE decides to put Chris Jericho in the Hall of Fame? Should they wait till Jericho's done and over with AEW? Or was his career good enough that it don't matter?
I think if he's under contract with AEW, you have to wait till his contract is up. I don't see him getting in to the Hall of Fame unless he mends his ways with WWE, and he can't do that while in AEW.
Right, I agree. That's the same thing they did with Sting. They waited for Sting to leave before putting him in the Hall of Fame. After they put Edge in the Hall of Fame, he then went to AEW. So I think that Chris Jericho will have to be done with AEW before they put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, me too. I agree. So 2 more. They're both thinkers. One being the one I sent you guys yesterday, and this one being a little less of a thinker, but still. What if Jim Cornette, Paul Bearer, and Sensational Sherry were managers in their prime in WWE today? Who are they with at this moment? Yeah. we don't hear too often anymore.
Yeah.
But who are legends in the in the business?
Yep.
Jim Cornette. I would love to see him grab hold of Braun Breaker. Paul Bearer. Maybe a Damian Priest. Sensational Sherry. I would probably say maybe Rhea Ripley, maybe Io Sky, somewhere along that effect.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Jim Cornette. I'm gonna go with somebody that I think has a very, 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 high ceiling. And I think the one thing that this person is truly missing is mic skills. And I'm gonna say Obafemi. Paul Bearer, I would, really thinking about it, why not have him pair up with the Wyatt Six, as the, part of the mystical, Wyatt Six. Sensational, sure. I want somebody a little bit more flashy, and I probably, because that's the toughest one, because it kind of, you think somebody needs to have, because I don't think so sure it has to be the mouthpiece totally for someone. So out of left field with this, but I'm gonna put her as a manager of Pretty Deadly.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too with Sensational Sherry. She don't necessarily have to be talking. To be honest, Gunther popped in my mind, and I just, for some reason, and I don't really have a reason for it, it's just popped in my mind, and I imagine seeing, her come out with him, especially being the champ, I think would work. Paul Bearer, I got a returning Aleister Black.
Okay.
I think he probably could work. And Cornette is who I have Pretty Deadly here now.
Okay.
Now, not the Pretty Deadly we see, obviously, because Cornette would, he would tear them up. He already does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something, a better, a new and improved Pretty Deadly, I guess. Something like that. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting one.
Okay.
That would be wild to see them three in the WWE. All right, and then the last one being the one I sent you guys yesterday. So if you had to choose the next champion for each title, who wins them? I guess.
Excuse me.
Men's world title, I guess.
Okay. I would say I'd like to see Jey Uso win it.
Yeah.
So when we're talking one title, you're talking the one that Gunther currently owns.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I kind of went with, brand specific. That's just the way I did it. But I would love to see Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that would be awesome too. I think I got Jay, and it sucks because that's probably what's gonna happen. So it wasn't really a whole lot of thinking for that one. I just think he should be the next one. And I would love to see.
I took it as who would I choose?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. WWE title. When Coach Cody over.
I went with what I would think a good storyline would be Randy Orton beating Cody Rhodes, getting his 15th, and then later in the year, he then wrestles against John Cena, where if John Cena wins, he's now 17-time.
Mm-hmm.
If Randy Orton wins,
Yep.
he prevents John Cena from number 17.
Randy was exactly the one I picked for Cody's title also.
Yeah, I mean, being who I want, I mean, Randy definitely came to mind. I'm gonna go with John Cena though, just because turn heel at this moment. Yeah, just go all out with it, and I want to see that.
Right. What did you have? Winning Gunther's title?
Jey Uso.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Okay. All right.
So, women's world title. So, the one Eo's got.
I would like to see Alexa Bliss. That would be my pick.
Okay. With this one, I actually went only as in the reason of, once again, a feud going forward and kind of a career achievement, and I went with Asuka.
Good.
I got Bliss here also. I just think I'd love to see it, one, and it would definitely help with what they're trying to do with her. So, women's WWE title.
So this one, once again, I went with brand specific, and last night, I did all these yesterday. And when I got this one, I looked at it again, said, okay, I went through it again. I'm like, well, wait a minute. So I originally have Alexa Bliss written down for this. But, once again, going in line with my storyline, I actually changed that to Chelsea Green.
Okay. Now this is
About her having her Secret Service, and how we had Roman Reigns was always protected by the bloodline. Seth Rollins was protected by the Authority. The Judgment, Damian Priest was protected by the Judgment Day. So I always went with that aspect of it, where she always has her Secret Service with her.
Yeah.
this one. I kind of went the Secret Service route as well. I chose Alba Fire.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, it's very confusing. You don't like her at all. You don't think she's that good of a wrestler, but you think she's got one of the top titles in WWE.
Well, she's not. I mean, everybody's got to improve somewhere along the line.
Okay.
Yeah, the only one to me that I really want to see, and that's really mainly to keep her relevant, is Bayley. I want to see it one more time. So, men's U.S. title.
The men's U.S. title, I would like to see Jacob Fatu.
Good one.
Okay. All right. This is one of the ones that I have two written down for, and right now I can kind of see a good storyline for either one. I mean, I have Carmelo Hayes written down, which one I think I'm going to go towards. But the other thought that I had was trying to, once again, elevate and bring interest to a mid-card title, Drew McIntyre. So I think I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a tough one. I think Braun. I want to see Braun just to do it. He's got the opportunity. I want to see it happen. How about the men's Intercontinental title?
Well, I think just to finish his Mount Rushmore of titles, once again, kind of going along the lines of Asuka, I have Sheamus.
Yeah, good one.
I'd like to see Ludwig Kaiser.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Sheamus makes most sense. I'd love to see that. I got Finn Balor.
Okay.
I'd like to see Finn back, doing something. What about women's U.S. title?
Women's U.S. title, I know it's a long shot. We talked about her before in her match on Friday night. Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
I really think they're going to somewhere along the line do something with her.
Well, this was my first NXT representative winning the U.S. title. I have Stephanie McCare.
Okay.
I got Zelina here also. I just feel like we were saying earlier, she's always good at coming from being behind and being the smaller. Just go ahead and do it. If you're gonna keep her fighting and having matches on TV, go ahead, do it. I'm down with it. Women's Intercontinental title.
I got to go with Dakota Kai.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I really think they're going to they'll put the title on her eventually.
Yeah, I was, once again, this is another one that I had two written down. One thought was, once again, bringing a little bit of interest to it in Bayley. But I think I'm going to go with the young upstart NXT call-up in Roxanne Perez.
This one, only because I want to see it, is Becky. I put Becky here. Even though, she could be going for world titles, I think this will be a cool spot to have her in. Men's World Tag Titles.
I'm going to go call up Fraxium.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And Mike's just continually going first. So we'll just let him continually go first. But yeah, that's the one that I had as well.
I got Pretty Deadly here. Just do it. Pull the trigger. Change their gimmick a bit. Give them some titles. I'm down with it.
Pretty badly? Pretty badly?
WWE tag title.
Yeah, for this one I went a little bit outside the box and figured you got to start doing something with them. I actually have Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy of the Wyatt Six. That's who I think I want on somebody in that faction, and I think that would be the perfect place to do it.
Never thought of that. Good call. Never thought of that one. I went with the Creed brothers.
Okay.
That works too. Yeah, man. The Dexter Loomis one really works, and I didn't even think of it. I got the New Day, a heel New Day, something different than all the other title runs we've seen. I think it can work, and I think they deserve one last run with them.
Yeah, that was my other thought for Fraxium, because once again, same brand.
Yeah. And then women's tag titles.
The women's tag titles. This is my second NXT call-up for this women's tag title. I thought they did a great job when they were on the main roster before, and a couple times they were there. I'm going to go the Meta Girls. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Yeah. Here is one of the places that I once again had two teams written down. One that I had written down, I think Michael, I had Fatal Influence with JCJ and Fallon Henley. Honestly, I had Metaphor on my fantasy squad. They never even came as a thought. But the other, once again, it's not yet a tag team, but following in my theme of Chelsea Green and her Secret Service, with her being the champion, why not Piper Niven and Alba Fire as women's tag champions? Because then you have Chelsea Green to be their quote-unquote mouthpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely help their faction or whatever you want to call them. It would definitely help. I got Zarya and Saruka. I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but what I have seen was really good. And I think one of them even said something about wanting to move on and win tag titles and all that. So Yeah, that works for me. I believe that's all of them.
All right. That was pretty cool. Thanks, DJ.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was cool. So, all right. So, for everybody out there that's tuning in TikTok land and wherever else you're going to be seeing this, don't forget tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, Monday afternoon Raw, 4 p.m. But we're on the road to WrestleMania, so I believe there's 6 matches now, I think.
Yep.
Who do we got?
Yeah, the same four that originally had John Cena taking on Cody Rhodes for his undisputed WWE Championship. Charlotte Flair taking on Tiffany Stratton for WWE Women's Championship. Jey Uso taking on Gunther for his World Heavyweight Championship. Bianca Belair, well, I'll say that in quotes, taking on Io Sky in the Women's World Championship match. And then the 2 newly added matches, Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens, and the triple threat match, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk.
All right. Well, it's starting to shape up there. You know, I know we still got a ways to go. A few more matches still need to be added. Yep. So I believe that I think that, you know, they're kind of taking their time a little bit because they want to make it a better WrestleMania. You know, putting different matches together. I'd like to see the tag team title. I'd like to see the U.S. title. It'd be interesting to see what they're going to put together. So, what about you, Deej?
I know. I'm sorry. Smudging makeup here. What? I'm sorry. What'd you ask?
Well, I'd like to see the U.S. title defended at Mania, the tag team titles defended.
Yeah. I mean, when you think WrestleMania, when I think WrestleMania, I want to see just all the titles. Kind of like it sucks because they have a Night of Champions type of thing, but in my opinion, if you're gonna, WrestleMania is the biggest thing, the biggest one we're getting all year. Yeah, I'd like to see all the titles, or as many of them as possible, being involved.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, we just went through all the titles, and there's 11. So, I mean, do we see all 11? I mean, it would be nice. More than likely, I mean, honestly, what interest is there going to be in a women's tag title match?
Right.
And we really don't have any other real, you know, women's title contenders.
Yep.
On the main roster. So, I mean, maybe we see, you know, the other 10, which would be great.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, Greg, Raw's coming from Scotland tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Glasgow, Scotland. Home of WWE Hall of Famer Roddy Piper. So we know, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a pretty loud crowd.
Yeah, right now they have 2 matches scheduled. Lyra Valkyria taking on Raquel Rodriguez in an Intercontinental title match. And then a tag team match where it's A-Town Down Under, Awesome Terry Grayson Waller taking on Jey Uso and a mystery opponent.
DJ, who do you think the mystery opponent's going to be?
Man, maybe Randy?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like to see.
I thought for sure Mike was going to steal my thunder. I saw it. I saw the thing going through his head, and he's even got the little ass crack smile on his face right now. Wednesday, we were talking about it, and I pulled up an article that noted that one main man was from Glasgow, Scotland, and that name is a name that goes by, you know what, if you say his name, he will appear.
Yep.
Hendry, which was linked to the possibility of being in Scotland and being Jey Uso's partner.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I won't be mad if he's the partner. I mean, I'd like to see him in the match, but
Yeah, I mean, if you go by pure crowd enjoyment, really making a match, I think Joe Hendry would make sense because once again, he's from Scotland, and I know he's big and huge over here in the U.S., so I'd be very curious to see if that translated from what he had over in the U.K. I think it would. I think the crowd will go absolutely ballistic if it is him.
yep. Now, DJ, they don't have anything in line for Mr. 24/7 at WrestleMania, right?
Not yet.
No. Well, we'll have to figure something out there.
Well, what booth is she hosting at the Wrestling Worldwide event they have that weekend from Thursday to Monday? Doesn't she have table number 69? Sorry, don't be angry.
But all right, guys, anything else you gonna add?
No.
No?
All right, like I said, guys, CT Cakes, thanks for tuning in, buddy. You're a little late. We're getting ready to close up. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow afternoon, Monday Night Raw, 4 p.m. from Glasgow, Scotland. So definitely check it out. So on behalf of the Nugs to Greg and Mr. 24/7, this is the illustrious Mr. Trivia for the Top Rope Report, saying thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you on Wednesday.
Later.
Later, guys.